All right, everyone. My name is Jimmy, and today I'll be Jimmy Gavin Jr. That is. But today I'll be doing my demonstration speech on my job as I am an area leader. I'll be talking today about how to reduce production rejects through quality checks. My specific purpose is to inform my audience and the people how quality checks can reduce production rejects by identifying problems early, finding the cause, and making corrections before the defects increase. All right. Now, have you ever thought about how one small mistake on a production line can turn into 100 or more rejects? A simple quality check can save a company time, money, and frustration. All right. As a production lead, as myself, I monitor rejects every day, and I work with my team to find problems before they become bigger issues. I've learned that paying attention to small details makes a big difference. Today, I will be showing you guys and explaining to you guys how to reduce production rejects by identifying defects, finding the root cause, and following up to make sure the problem stays fixed. Now, if you can just bring the camera in over here, so I can give you guys a kind of idea. Now, first thing, now that you guys know that, the quality checks are important, let's start with the first step. The first step is now that you want to identify the reject. Now, if you look over here, I do have it separated. So we have a good part right here. You see it has the ground screw. This is our LEF frame. It has the ground screw, which is supposed to be there. It has a flange that's supposed to be there, and it also has a bearing right here. So this is a good part. Now, if you take a look at these parts, these three parts that you have to the side right here, these are bad. Why? Because this part right here, specifically, it has the flange, it has the bearing, but it doesn't have the ground screw. This part over here has the ground screw, as you can see, but it doesn't have the bearing and it doesn't have the flange. And then over here is just a totally different part that takes a different assembly base. So this is also wrong, and this is some of the things that we have to deal with each and every day. Now, when you see stuff like this, you always want to inspect and identify the reject. So we know that these are rejects. You inspect the product carefully. We look at them and inspect it carefully. We look for defects or anything that doesn't meet quality standards. So as I have explained, these do not meet quality standards because you see, and I have explained to you what is missing. So then at this point, now that we know that we have identified the reject, we want to separate the reject from the good part. So as you can see, I got it separated. Then we record the problem. We then write down what the defect is as soon as possible. We also keep track of how often it happens. Now, I did talk with the management team, and they didn't want me to, post any forms or anything, show any forms, but they did say I can do a show and tell. So, I wasn't able to show any forms of that sort, but moving forward, as we identify the problem and we separate everything, we keep track of how often it happens. We identify the rejects. The next step is finding out what happened and why it happened. We finding out the root cause, right? So then we will go on. I work in a factory, so I can't be on the floor because it's obviously loud. But we would then go on and check the machines. We will make sure the equipment is running correctly and there's no faults or blocked pallets. We will look for damaged tools. We will look for incorrect settings on the machine. We will also then go on to talk to the operators and other team members and let them know about what happened and what took place. We will compare the process to standard procedures and call the QA. Let me see if QA will give me an answer real quick, just to let y'all know it's real. QA, you got a copy?
Go ahead.
Just checking. Just wanted to make sure you was there. Thanks for answering.
Yes, I am the only one here, so if it ain't no 911, do not call me.
Well, as you guys can see, this is our QA. This is what I have to deal with. But we call the QA to inform them that there's a problem.
You hear me?
Yes, I have that. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. If you need me, I'm coming. But I'm saying if it ain't like the 911, because I'm by myself.
Copy that. All right. So back to what I was doing. So now, we are finding the cause, and it's time to correct the problem. As you can we want to do, right? So next, we correct the problem and we monitor the results. So we make the necessary corrections. This consists of adjusting the machine or calling the AST to come fix the issue. We will also retrain employees if need be. If it was an employee-related problem, we will then, talk to different members on retraining, getting the operators, retrained if it's a related issue. And then, we will also go on to continue monitoring production. We will watch future parts to make sure rejects decrease. We will contact the repair team, let them know about the rejects that took place, and then I will also speak with my supervisor and let her know, so we can also document it, so we let management know what took place on B shift. So in conclusion, as I wrap everything up, so today, we learned that reducing production rejects starts with identifying defects, finding the root cause, and making corrections while continuing to monitor results. Quality checks help reduce scrap, improve efficiency, and keep production running smoothly. Always remember, catching one small problem can easily prevent hundreds of rejected parts later. Thank you.